If you're wondering where we gain the knowledge of all the amazing benefits of infrared and near-infrared light technology in the health and aesthetics industry, look no further. We have your answer. NASA, our amazing space industry, while doing research for another project, quite honestly by accident, stumbled across the idea that infrared light could be used to promote the healing processes and capabilities of the human body. For some time now, we've been actively looking for a way to colonize the planet of Mars. Our goal is to make human beings an interplanetary species. To turn this into a reality, we had to devise a system that could simulate a favorable environment that would mimic the Earth's own natural ability to photosynthesize plant life. In order to sustain life as we know it, we would have to recreate a controlled biosphere that would allow plant life to not only grow, but to thrive and flourish on the planet's inhospitable surface, which has no breathable oxygen and gets colder than -100 degrees below zero. NASA had a hunch that infrared and near-infrared light would be the key to opening the door to give them a solution to this unique problem. Looking for a way to actualize this and experimenting with this new technology, they came across an astonishing discovery. One of the research scientists tending to the plants had severe psoriasis on his hands. After just a few days' exposure to the infrared light, he began to notice a significant improvement in the look and feel of the irritation of the skin. They were so amazed by this, they shifted their attention and invested their time and energy towards finding out how this occurred. After carrying out a plethora of experiments and many in-depth clinical studies, they realized the science behind it. Infrared light penetrates the outside membrane of the mitochondria found inside every human cell, increasing its energy function. The mitochondria act as the powerhouse within the cell, which feeds the nucleus or brain of the cell energy in the form of ATP. By increasing the ATP to the nucleus, it makes the cell exert more effort for its specific function. It increases the viability, productivity, and efficacy of every single cell in the human body. And in case you didn't know and were wondering, there are 36 trillion cells in the human body. That's 36 followed by 12 zeros. That's amazing! In essence, red light therapy heals every cell at the cellular level, therefore increasing the proficiency, performance, and viability of the entire body, making you a happier and healthier person. But wait, there's more. The people at NASA felt like there just had to be more to it. So, with more research, studies, and experimentation, they discovered all the amazing benefits of infrared light. Since then, red light therapy is quickly becoming the go-to alternative for many medical doctors and alternative and holistic practitioners. Oftentimes, this eliminates the need for risky, unnecessary surgeries and prescription drugs with harmful and dangerous side effects. Now, I really hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your doctor may not always have your best interest at heart. I sometimes wonder if we should put all our faith and trust in their diagnosis and prognosis, knowing doctors don't make money off of well people. When the scientists concluded their research and compiled their studies, they were actually beyond impressed with the number of miraculous things that red light therapy could address. They discovered infrared light reduces inflammation and alleviates pain. Pain and inflammation in the body are typically caused by one or more of these three things: injury, strain, or disease. Red light therapy increases the blood flow to the injured area. This delivers white and red blood cells to the affected area, which reduces inflammation, as well as clearing up infection and combating disease. Increased blood flow to the injured area helps to eliminate metabolic waste like carbon dioxide, necessary for the photosynthesis of plants. Is it a coincidence that plants take in CO2 and convert it into oxygen during photosynthesis, the original focus of NASA's involvement with infrared light? Maybe not. Infrared light can also strengthen your immune system. Infrared light feeds the mitochondria of the red blood cell energy, which gives it the strength and power it needs to defend itself against attack by free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules and are a byproduct of normal cellular metabolism. Cellular metabolism is an oxidative process that causes a cell to split in two. As a result, they also split their electrons. In order to become stabilized, they search for another cell to steal one from, often targeting your DNA. While some free radicals are necessary for pathogen elimination, excessive levels can be harmful to your DNA. DNA damage can lead to the development of cancer, It is a huge contributor to the aging process and can also lead to the development of other autoimmune and degenerative diseases. Infrared light increases blood flow, bringing antioxidants and nutrients to the affected area. This helps fight off these rogue cells and initiates cell regeneration, leading to the healing process. Did you know you can increase your blood flow 20% just by laughing? Haha. Being pain-free can make you feel amazing both physically and mentally. IT is great for athletes. ITIAS great for athletes. One of the other amazing benefits of infrared light therapy is it helps you gain muscle mass. It does this by metabolizing proteins. Muscle tissue acts as a reservoir for amino acids, which are the building blocks that turn protein into muscle. The more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism. Muscle burns more calories than fat. Muscle burns 13 calories and fat burns 4.5 in the same amount of time. The formula for metabolism is the amount of muscle you have times how much you use it. Infrared light makes your muscles grow faster and helps you retain them longer. It can increase stamina and endurance, giving you the ability to perform everyday tasks, which can help you maintain your independence into your later years. A win-win for you and your body. Infrared light helps you fight off disease. Infrared light kills bacteria, viruses, candida, fungus, yeast, and even some pathogens, such as staph infection. Some of these cells, mitochondria, contain photosensitive molecules. Infrared light at a high enough frequency penetrates the cell's membrane, reaching those photosensitive molecules, thus causing a reactive oxidative process destroying the cell. By eradicating these harmful microbes, you increase the ability for the body's immune system to fight off disease and infection. Unblinded by the light? Because the frequency of infrared light that you can actually see with your naked eye is fairly bright, people often ask me if it's dangerous for your eyes. It's actually quite the opposite. Infrared light has proven itself to be very effective at combating many serious eye diseases. People with glaucoma, diabetic retinal neuropathy, and even macular degeneration, which they say has no cure and no effective treatment protocol, are seeing amazing results. They say they have seen a halt in its progression, even sometimes reporting the reversal of these debilitating eye diseases. It's also been discovered to help people with nearsightedness, often alleviating the need for contact lenses or glasses. Can you imagine how beautiful the world would look if seen through new and improved eyesight? When you consider all of the incredible benefits of red light therapy, it's actually quite amazing, but we're barely just beginning to scratch the surface. If you're like me, you must be pleasantly surprised to be enlightened on how it can play a pivotal role in helping you regain and maintain your health. I know it seems too good to be true, but it really is, and I'm not kidding. With that in mind, do you mind if I ask you a personal question? Do you have a few pounds you'd like to shed? If so, I've got an amazing secret. So hold on to your knickers, because this just might blow you away. Infrared light melts fat. I know you're probably thinking, wait, huh? Or she must be crazy. But I'm not. Infrared light melts fat in the fat cell. It permeates or pokes tiny holes in the fat cell membrane. We can then use a handheld massager to massage the previously illuminated areas, pushing the melted fat into the lymphatic system so the body can eliminate it via waste. It's almost like a dream too good to be true. Here are some real before and after pictures taken from our clinic and the time frame it took to get these results. It's important to note that we are not killing off or removing any fat cells. They actually play a vital role in the speed of your metabolism. And here's a fun fact. Did you know your body does not create any new fat cells? You're born with as many as you'll ever have. Your fat cells contain triglycerides, which your body breaks down into glucose for energy, in a process called lipolysis. Fat cells also secrete a hormone called leptin that travels to your brain and signals your body that it's satiated. So just by releasing the content of the fat cell and not destroying it, we make sure that the metabolic processes of the body stay in perfect working order. Who would have ever thought that fat cells were that important? IT is great for your skin. Do you want to know another amazing benefit of red light therapy? Well, listen up, because I've got some good news. Infrared light stimulates collagen production, which tightens and tones the skin. With the addition of red light therapy while you're losing weight, you won't have to worry as much about the loose, saggy skin commonly associated with weight loss. It miraculously restores the elasticity of your skin. Imagine losing weight but not looking like you did. Now that's tight, because we have the ability to illuminate the face. Our treatment has been likened to a facelift without the surgery. Since infrared light stimulates collagen production, it gives your skin a smoother, more youthful complexion without the evasiveness of surgery, the cost of filler, or the dangers of Botox. Collagen gives your skin more elasticity, which reverses the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, reversing the signs of aging. And now some great news for your teenagers and young adults. Infrared light effectively reduces and often eliminates acne, a major challenge for teenagers navigating the transition to adulthood. Peer perception during this stage can significantly impact self-esteem, making clear skin a confidence booster. Trust me, they will shower you with thanks. It is also one of the only things that permanently gets rid of rosacea. I'm living proof. Until recently, they didn't know what caused rosacea. The reason is kind of gross. Some people are hypersensitive to the excrement of the tiny organisms that eat the dead skin that is naturally sloughed off by the body. The reaction is your skin becoming red and inflamed. Infrared light eliminated this unsightly problem, and it only took about 10 treatments or $1,500. Well worth the cost to permanently free myself from the embarrassing redness. And talk about permanent, that was nearly 10 years ago. Oh yeah, before I forget, red light therapy even increases hair growth. So if you're a man or a woman suffering from alopecia, you should definitely check into this hair-raising treatment. Dimples aren't always cute. I am also a walking testimony of its ability to reduce cellulite. With the elimination of fat within the fat cell and the use of our handheld massager, we can break up excess interstitial tissue. This is the connective tissue that binds our flesh to our skin that causes cellulite. By breaking off these strings, we can create a smoother surface and eliminate that cottage cheese look. Bye-bye dimply skin. That's what you call a smooth move. Last, but certainly not least, we circle back to the original thing that caught the attention of NASA and piqued their interest to do a deeper dive into the science behind infrared light therapy. Wool of healing. Due to the significant and noticeable improvement in the psoriasis, from the hands-on research, no pun intended, conducted by NASA researchers, we were rewarded with the knowledge of infrared light's multifaceted healing capabilities. Based on blind clinical studies, red light therapy has proven to induce a 50% faster healing time in patients who were treated with it than those who weren't. Even the prestigious Mayo Clinic has introduced infrared light therapy as a treatment protocol for patients who are suffering from chemical burns due to chemo and radiation. We have experienced these miraculous healing capabilities with our own eyes. Here are some pictures of real results gotten from our red light device. Everything from motorcycle injuries, diabetic ulcerations, bed sores, Charcot deformity, and third-degree burns. After NASA had uncovered all of the regenerative properties of infrared light therapy, they made a pivotal change in their thinking about how to best utilize it. They quickly realized that the implementation of red light therapy would greatly reduce the amount of time it took to alleviate the adverse side effects experienced by the astronauts, from even just a brief trip to outer space. As a preventative measure for the complications one sustained from the absence of gravity, NASA designed and fabricated a string of infrared light-emitting diodes that were to be used in conjunction with their required daily workouts. So they could be exposed to the healing light as much as possible, the astronauts hung them from the ceiling in the workstation of the ISS. They needed any assistance they could get to slow down the atrophy of muscle and bone, and to also help prevent any other malady that may occur from the effects of zero gravity. On the trip back to Earth, the negative effects the body sustains from the G-forces alone when re-entering the Earth. Its atmosphere, the reintroduction of gravity, and the force and impact on the capsule at splashdown is almost more than the body can handle. Immediately after landing in the ocean, the astronauts are quickly extracted from their spacecraft, still attached to their seats, and transported to rehab. Here's a newscast about a recent return from a trip to outer space. Wow, I've just received some details about the potential effects on the human body that being in space that length of time can take on someone. Issues including blood clots, reduction in bone density, poor digestion, and cardiovascular function being reduced. The astronauts will also use red light therapy in the rehabilitation process. This will greatly assist them to once again regain the ability necessary to maneuver in the gravity we experience here on Earth. Now that you know the entire history behind NASA's initial interest in infrared light, the need to grow plant life on other planets, how that then led to the extensive research they conducted to go public with how miraculously safe and effective it is, you might agree with me. It's like the universe wanted us to have the gift of infrared light. Thank you, NASA, for taking the time, having the interest to do the research to give us such an extraordinary gift. If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me,